2042 AD. A phantom companion star which has suddenly appeared on the Jupiter's orbit affected the asteroids, dropping a rain of meteorites to the Earth. At the same time, the Earth's civilization was at a crisis of being on the verge of collapse by receiving the invasion of foreign intelligental lives. It was believed that they came flying from the sky area of Nemesis. They had a special ability of combined with the Earth's civilization. The Earth's military force was defeated by their overwhelming beam arms. The beam was the thing which made good use of energy. Scientists called it as New Alone. The Earth's government made a compromise called Peace, and the government concealed newly produced machines, Black Fly, having the same ability as theirs, into darkness. The Earth died, and it was about to enter upon silence times.
Metal Black. Welcome everyone. This is Shooting Game Weekly episode number 77. And that was a beautiful intro of Metal Black here. Metal Black is a 1991 arcade shoot 'em up by Taito, horizontal. And it was originally kind of supposed to be a Darius 3, but they ended up kind of making a different game for it, but we'll get into that. So we're very excited to do this episode, and we are joined today by special guests, Tane.
Hello everyone. Hello Aquas, soft drink in the chat. Thanks a lot for having me.
It will be a pleasure, and Bill is now returning to an episode as well. Last time you appeared was the brilliant Gunsmoke.
Yeah, about a year ago, wasn't it?
Oh man, shit!
And I have to say, I was trying so hard to not burst out laughing during that reading, soft drink. So, very good.
You and me both, man.
This is serious.
Yeah,
Because
it was actually super good. It reminded me of the intro of the Ninja Warriors, like the voice that you had and everything.
Yeah, I try.
It reminded me of Sonichu, you know, Chris Chan, the way he writes. It's just beautiful.
You definitely have the old '90s FMV voice going on. I think.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So yeah, Metal Black. Tane is coming to us. He's bringing us a replay as well, and this is going to be a high-scoring run of about 700,000 points. And we're going to be checking that out during this episode as well. But before we get into that, this game does have a kind of a rich story, as we could hear from that intro. Would we like to discuss some more of the background? I just see laughing for that intro is not very appropriate because it's very serious. The aliens, they came and they basically just took Earth by seizure.
Yeah, indeed. So basically, some aliens come from Nemesis to invade Earth. They look for non-organic materials in order to survive. And they invade Earth with beam weapons that use neurons. It's spelled New Alone in the game, which is like an English Taito-ish version of neuron.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Oh, is that how that name
it's
came
neuron.
about?
That makes sense. That's the thing with English, isn't it?
Yeah.
It always makes so much sense once it's explained to you.
Yeah.
And scientists studied these neurons that the aliens were using and started the project Metal Black, which was focusing on creating spacecrafts that use the same beam abilities than the invaders. But then, at some point, a treaty is signed by the survivors for a peaceful surrendering with the aliens, and the project is sealed away. But hopefully, at some point, a rebel named John Ford finds the Black Fly, the prototype spacecraft, and fights back against the invader.
I like the detail that they made a treaty, because it was just the force was just so strong that it was just fucked up, basically.
Yeah, they had no chance.
I like that the guy's name is John Ford.
Yeah, pretty good name. Pretty generic.
So since we're on the characters thing, do you know where Holy Chan even appears? Because he's listed in the ending as one of the characters in it, and he's one of the recurring characters in this and Gun Frontier and Dino Rex. But I always thought he was the pilot.
Yeah, I'm not really very. I don't understand really the the connection between Metal Black, Gun Frontier, and Dinorex, especially Dinorex.
kinda-
I don't see what's going on with this, but okay.
Yeah, it's kind of thin. It's kind of hard to piece it together. But I always thought the pilot in this was him, but apparently it's John Ford. So
Yeah.
I guess not.
Maybe
Also, I
John
want to
Ford's
point
in the
out
list.
real fast, this was the game that the founder of Gref, or G-Rev, I don't know how to say it, Mr. Maruyama, that's how he got his passion for creating shooting games, and the reason why he wanted to work at Taito. And of course, later on, he would create Border Down, which was pretty much a homage to Metal Black. And yeah.
Right. Did anyone have anything to add about kind of about the background of the game pertaining to that?
Well, I guess
Not really.
it's not directly related to kind of the story of the game, but one thing that I've heard kind of this may be just a rumor, but I've heard it a few times, is that the graphics and assets for this game were originally it was originally planned as like a Darius game, but it was deemed to be too bleak, and so
It was too bleak enough set for a setting for a Darius game, basically.
Yeah, and so they kind of turned it into this Gun Frontier sort of universe project because it fits that atmosphere so much better. But if you compare some stuff, I think it's Darius 2, which has the boss, I think it's called Yamato, and it's literally a battleship with a hermit crab inside of it. And what did we just see in stage 1? It's a battleship with a hermit crab inside of it.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Okay, well, yeah, why don't we just get right to the game then? I want you to explain just very basics about the game here, and then we'll be prepared to get into the replay.
Yeah. So the game works actually this way, is that there's only one power-up, the neurons that you collect on the screen, and you want to collect as much as you can because they are worth 10 points each, and they make a huge portion of the score. And you use them to power up and refill your bomb. And the more neurons you pick, the more the beam becomes stronger, up to level 5, and then max, which is like a 6th level. And when you press the B button, it'll make a stronger and larger beam up to level 5, and at max level, it makes a bomb that cancels everything on the screen and can be converted into a beam again if you hold the B button. Some enemies also have beams, just like you, and will absorb neuron as well, notably bosses. And when your bomb beam and the one from the boss touch, you initiate a beam duel, and you have to counter it by mashing the beam button to keep some kind of ball of antimatter, I guess, away from you and onto the boss. And the color of the blast changes depending on which wielder has the strongest beam. The beam duels in this game, unlike in Border Down and G-Darius, are totally unnecessary, so I'm not making any myself during this run.
Which is a bummer because they're awesome.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they're really fun.
Maybe I should have done it for the second boss. Whatever.
Did G-Darius come after this game? I'm wondering, where did the beam
Yeah.
battles originate?
Yeah.
Quite a bit later, they originated in this game.
Oh, okay, sweet. So the beam battles do kind of characterize the game a bit, but I guess we won't be seeing them because it's a scoring run. But they are, in fact, badass.
Yeah, they're super cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. All right.
Sweet. Well, yeah, let's get into the replay. Why not?
All right.
This is a 40-minute replay, and high scoring, and Tane and Bill are going to go back and forth, and ourselves, the co-hosts, will pop in with some questions and comments, and also we'll just be enjoying this awesome game because it really is a very cool presentation treat. Music and graphics and stuff like that. So it should be a good watch for everyone, so I think it will be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you've never seen it before, that's for sure.
All right. So let's all get queued up here.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Is everyone ready?
Ready to go.
Yep, ready. I'm ready.
All right. Then from 0-0, replay in 3, 2, 1, click. And we get to see the awesome opening sequence again too.
Yeah.
Yay!
Incredible English.
I want everyone watching to pay attention to the way this guy runs down those stairs. Don't try it at home, but just admire it.
It is pretty
Yeah,
intense.
that's dangerous.
One thing I like about these Taito games is you can always see the same sort of graphical tricks filtering through, you know? This has the Gun Frontier boss explosions. That's,
Oh man, I didn't even know you could see him during this sequence too.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
There he is.
that's great.
Probably got like
Yeah,
1,000. Like, he's probably got a SWAT team chasing after him to not destroy the compromise called peace. Permanent freeze.
Eyes only. Okay.
Actually,
yeah.
eyes only is a real term that's
Yeah.
used for like U.S. documents and stuff too. So it's
Oh,
not
man.
just English.
Cool.
Yeah, it's the name
You
of
know,
a James
that-
Bond movie too.
That's like real life English.
Yep, sure is.
Everything should have intentional English.
I agree.
Man, I don't want silence times to happen in our reality. Let's just I hope it doesn't happen.
That would be very quiet all of a sudden.
One thing I always thought was a little strange about this game is the title screen. I mean, it's like shark jaws. Like, what is the relationship of that with anything?
Fishes, like Darius, I guess.
I guess it's just extinction as well, I suppose, if you look at the state of the Earth at the start of stage 1.
Ah, yeah, that's
Like
true.
a fossil.
If you wait for a bit, the jaws will actually rush towards you as if it's a shark eating you, which is a pretty cool touch,
Oh,
pretty
that's
chilling.
neat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do
Cool.
love the atmosphere in this first stage.
Yeah, first stage is easy, but it's,
Yeah,
in my
it's-
opinion, one of the most
it's-
iconic settings in any shoot 'em up ever. Like
Yeah.
the music, the sunset, and the backgrounds and everything. It's fucking glorious. It's just too good.
And the
Yeah, it's-
the parallax on that like dust, like going back and forth to the horizon is really smooth.
Yeah,
it's
it's
great.
very nice.
The thing that always stands out for me is it'll come up in a bit. A certain marine vehicle which is on the sand, and it's sort of, makes you think, Jesus, that's not a desert, that's a former seabed, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes me feel thirsty.
Also, yeah, what we just saw right now on the billboard was Zuntata actually, and you could see Yak's face,
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken,
Oh, I always was
but,
curious what
yeah.
that was.
which made music for this game. We should clear that up. It's from Zuntata, and this is one of his major work, in my opinion, because that's where his whole like ethno-psychedelic genre started, which you can find in his most recent productions, such as Senkono Ronde, Border Down, of course, and Void Gear, Shitty Dodging.
Yeah, you're right. That submarine and that
yeah.
oil tanker. That's,
Yeah.
that's cool.
that is quite sick.
Doesn't the TV screen occasionally show a different image of I think it's a guy kicking or something? Or I noticed it seems sort of random.
Yeah, I think there's 2 or 3 images. I don't know what they
Yeah.
are though.
Looked like it
Oh,
was
so
some,
it's-
just some
it's
sort
like
of stock kung fu thing or something, you know?
So it's like the movie theater in Gun Frontier then.
Yeah,
By the way,
yeah,
as you
good
can
point.
see, the game's not too hard. Like, really, the first stage is very
Yeah.
easy. And
Stage 1's like a cruise to like get
Yeah.
you into the atmosphere and everything.
And then
has
stage
6
2 is
stages and 2 bonus rounds. Yeah, it's not a hard shooter at all, but it can surprise new players starting to play Metal Black, for sure.
I know Soft
It's
Drink was
mostly
surprised
memo
last
stuff.
night when he was playing.
yeah. I mean, I would say it gets pretty tricky. Like, at least you have to know what's coming. I would imagine once you
Yeah.
do, it's not that bad. But like,
It's not an auto-scroller. It's maybe a bit derogatory, but it's not hard, to say the least. So yeah,
Yeah.
so the first boss here, his name is Apartheid, like the apartheid, like the embodiment of racism itself somehow. It's funny. And it takes 3 minutes for all the boss to time out, except the last one, which is enough this time to make about 2.5k worth of neurons. So you just collect power-ups, dodge his 3 ways, etc. until timeout. And I personally wait until I reach about 52.5k, and then I just kill it. Also, sorry for the lossy image when there are some buzzy parallax effects. It was done on stream, so yeah, my apologies.
oh, it's fine.
Yeah, this game has
It
a
creates
lot
a
of
background,
crazy.
never really
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
lots
funny
of
this
crazy
game is-
effects.
Yeah, 'cause when you're playing it, obviously you've got to, like most shooters, you've got to concentrate. So actually, just watching it's kind of different, you know. Looks like the inside of a tsunami or something, you know.
Yeah,
tsunami, the color of Listerine.
Listerine.
yeah. So this
It almost gives. Go ahead.
this boss comes back a few times throughout the game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Comes
It's like
back
a
as-
weaker version.
comes back in stage 5 as Ghost.
Ghost, like a
and
spooger,
he's-
hard-eyed.
Yeah,
So you see the boss eating those power-ups, by the way, with the claw, which is really cool.
Yeah, you want to prevent him from doing that. By the way, the claw doesn't hurt. You can touch it. It's
yeah.
cool.
So does that have any impact on gameplay? Like when he eats the Nualone or Neuron or whatever, does that build up his laser meter, or does he just laser
Yeah,
periodically?
he has a beam meter of his own, and
Yeah,
he
that's true.
it grows up.
Oh man, that's
Such a cool thing.
That's
yeah.
pretty cool. I didn't know
Yeah.
about that.
So here, it's the first bonus phase. In these, you want to kill enemies as fast as possible because each second left adds 1k to your score, along with the perfect bonus. And the whole enemy positioning is like purely random, and sometimes it's tricky because enemies will sometimes show their nose, which is the part you want to aim for, outside of the screen, especially the last guy, the yellow gold leader like guy, and that's problematic kind of. Also, if I don't make at least 17 seconds here, I usually reset, but this time had bad luck prior to that with some runs, and I went with 16 seconds, which I kind of hope to make up for it later. And yeah, auto fire helps a lot for this, by the way. Kind of obvious, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, these parts are kind of like the worst thing in the game as far
Yeah,
as score
awesome.
play goes. Like, they're pretty cool if you're just like casually playing. You're like, oh shit, I get to blow the fuck out of these things.
So here I want to
But-
clear right up level 2, which by the way has an amusing music called Dual Moon, which Yasui Sawatanabe Studio is named after. Start with these big rockets coming from the left, and their bodies are worth 1k and the heads 500. But if you wait enough for the heads to split, you can get 500 2 times. So a little bit of optimization is required here.
I always
Also-
thought this stage was a very, very sharp difficulty increase compared to the first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Indeed.
definitely.
So here, splitting enemies, I just wait them to split, so I get double the amount of points. Sorry,
Oh wow.
a little bit of optimization needed.
I think the bonus rounds are a bit of a shame, really, because other than that, the game is pretty damn good for score. I mean, considering, you know. But there's times when those bonus rounds will just really bite you, won't they? You know. And,
I think unless you really love the game like I do, it can be a boring game to play for score, actually. Also here, just for the red bubbles that kind of come up, yeah, right here, just usually stay on the bottom of the screen, so good strat. Clear all of them. They're worth 200 each, so you want to pop as much as you can. Also, the neuron splitting of the screen is intentional. I'm going to recharge a little bit later a bomb I'm going to use to clear enemies on the screen. So yeah, that's why they float, and I don't pick them up. I'm going to bomb about here, and yeah, boost it a bit by grabbing the neurons.
So
Yeah, so I don't think we mentioned this, but when you hit the bomb button, you're locked into using your entire beam level.
Yes, you
for it.
can't section it like in Border Down.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah,
work.
like, so if you pick up more new alone while you're firing the beam, it lets you extend the length of it rather than like saving it for after the beam or something. Like, you just have to always use all your beam.
Yes.
yeah, so it's pretty much you press the button and then it's locked down. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's correct. It's been a while actually, but yeah.
Here, another rocket. I just waited for
Yeah,
it to split.
the timing on that kill must be kind of difficult because you have such
Yeah.
a limited
Also,
window.
these gray guys kind of be of a dick,
Yeah,
so they
they're-
can find don't take it with diagonal
Huge.
shots. It's,
That-
kind of problematic.
That is the point where, like, I find Stage 2 suddenly is like, whoa, this is super hard all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's why I bought
Yeah.
mainly for the score as well, but because it's difficult.
Okay.
It's strange that
Yeah.
Also-
I find it strange. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, this game has a second moon, which is a dragon egg. How
Yep.
can
Yeah,
you not
pretty-
like that?
pretty
It's
freaking
just,
rad.
It's just too cool.
I love the
it's
sound it
pretty
makes when it breaks too. It's just like the best sort of breaking glass, you know.
Yeah, it's a nice. It's actually the best sound effect of the game, in my opinion. Boss 2, Feeder. Again, 3 minutes to milk him. There's a character in Senkono Rondo Duo by GRF that has a boss form that's pretty much a cameo. This one, I mean, it's a yellow snake, mechanical that shoots lasers. I think it speaks for itself. And you can make about 9k on it with like the 6 balls and the 2 snakes he spawns, along with the neurons, so it's worth it. And here you can easily get killed by the neurons because he's trying to eat himself, so try not to be too greedy, otherwise it's an easy death.
Yeah. If you want to survive this bit, if you're worried about being killed, just avoid the neurons. And if there's any near you, if you grab it up, he won't be interested. It's a pretty cool little thing, actually. I was going to say, one thing we've not really touched on, which was actually already very important, was in this game, you don't appear to have any sort of, you don't have missiles or options or what have you, but you do have the hit area of the main shot. As you can see right here, Zane is able to hit stuff above him. That's absolutely critical. You need to know.
It's a huge part of the game mechanic, and the first time you get introduced with this is actually the big rockets in the beginning of the
Yeah,
stage.
exactly. And it's funny, this game, at least when I found out about it, sort of around 2007, it had a really mean reputation, sort of like just a real sort of like image fight around Gradius 3 almost sort of killer difficulty. But I don't know. I mean, I was surprised that I found it quite accessible.
Me too. Calling me surprised. It's an easy game for me.
But what will make it extremely difficult is if you're not using that hit area, it will become very difficult indeed. But if you do, it feels kind of it's almost as much of a shield as much as a shot, you know.
Yeah, it can even hit stuff coming from kind of behind you, and
exactly.
that comes into play a little bit more in the later stages. But yeah, I was noticing when I was playing it that like it really is quite a wide area. It when you're looking at it, it seems like it would be really small. And if you die, and if you lose your power from like beaming and you don't collect any Nulon before the next. If it's really narrow, it's hard to exploit that, I think. Does the shot area grow, or is it always the same size?
I'm pretty sure, Tane might know better than me, but I'm pretty sure that it's always there, but it gets bigger with each level.
Okay.
I do know that if
I think 5 in max is the same. Really,
yeah.
Just as a bomb. So yeah, here usually I should have 180k. I don't quite have that, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make it for it later. Also, this part I used to think it was all a dream starting from this part, but according to what I saw recently, it's not. So I don't know, maybe that'd be interesting to kind of dig and see why does it say Dreamland all of a sudden.
This game is just such a minefield of what's happening and what isn't. Stage
3. It's like, as you can see, a graveyard of satellites and space stations. Of course, it's
fantastic
very easy.
Music.
Also shout outs to that space station being the space station from 2001. I'm pretty damn sure.
For real?
Well, what I was thinking was that John Ford is the name of a major director of westerns, so it wouldn't surprise me if.
That would make sense indeed.
Yeah. But the music here,
this stage doesn't have a lot of threats compared to the other ones. It's actually the easiest, right next to stage 1 in my opinion, especially with auto fire. There isn't much happening. You can see there are clear blanks between everything that's happening. So it's kind of.
I like how you went between these two guys here coming up. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That's another thing about this game. The hitbox is quite narrow, so combined with the big shot area, it's sort of you need to exploit that. I think the reason.
Also here real fast, I just want to say you saw a blue caterpillar, and if you don't kill him fast enough, especially if you don't use auto fire, it can close both the floor and ceiling upon you. So you want to kill him as fast as you can, otherwise you're sandwiched.
What if you don't have auto fire?
This game has a few points where it'll like lock you out, and you just have to die. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty cruel, but you'll learn from it the first time you die and never do it again.
Yeah,
Is that
also here the
caterpillar-
bubbles, if I can say, they're worth 500, but they can transform into minor enemies, only worth 100. So you kind of want to watch out for that.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
here I'm gonna use the last bomb before the boss. That's not for survival, but in order to get my beam to level 3, which I'm gonna explain why in a few seconds.
I was going to
So,
say,
yeah.
if the caterpillar manages to close down the area on you, you actually won't die. But what you'll see exactly how small the hitbox really is. It's pretty tiny. It's like a line through the ship, you know.
Yeah. So here, real fast, I position myself between the two green spots you just saw on the background and destroy the BIL garbage to get him stuck in the loop, where he spawns balls really fast, and you have to leave a small portion of the garbage to make the ball roll up his butt. And
Nice.
I usually wait for the 5th ball, then bomb the 6th one. I usually get a 7th one, but this time I was firing from too far and didn't keep a good rhythm. So
That was
I only
really,
got 6.
I'd never seen that technique before. That was really cool, and also as well, can't help laughing at the animation on the beetle. Getting the trash up.
Really shooting the shit on this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the whole fight, you just collect neurons close to the tentacle base, you step back, you shoot the ball, and then you counter the boss laser on top of the screen to make him go back down faster. And in 3 minutes you can make, like the Super Play DVD makes 25 balls, but I make 24 myself.
Wow.
So yeah, that can be optimized.
Oh, you know, I'd totally forgotten that there was a Super Play. Is that the one that comes with the triple soundtrack album?
Yes.
Yeah. I've been meaning to see that.
Some French guys made a commentary on it. It's on YouTube, I think.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I wish I knew where my disc was, because I own it, but I like lost it, and I've been wanting
Oh, that's sad.
to look at those replays again.
Yeah.
I can't find it anywhere online. I don't want to rebuy it.
That's the same one that has the Gun Frontier, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, Gun Frontier, Metal Black, Dino Rex. I actually uploaded it myself on FF Shrines. Go there, go download.
Ooh.
Oh, where?
All right.
You gotta send us a link to that.
And it's on the shared shmups thread. I mean, if you're a shmup head, you know that thread, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure
It's
do.
in the
I'll make
recent
sure to
spots.
check it
You can
out.
find it easily.
This boss is kind of, he's sort of, I like it because he's not so much a static pattern. You've got to get him into a good groove. I mean, even if you're trying to just survive him, you want him to sort of be locked down so that he's where you want him to be. If you don't know how to handle him, you can get in some nasty situations where he'll lob the trash ball at you while it's firing a beam, and you'll get guillotined unless you.
Yeah, without the fire, it's kind of tricky. So
I,
here you can see, sorry.
I was just
Yes,
saying, I noticed that last night. Like, if he decides to throw that ball at you while it's firing a beam, like, have fun with that.
Yeah, you can just about, if you fly very close to the slug, you can squeeze through, but of course the beetle will be there as well, so.
Yeah.
I just love the animation on those legs. I've never really watched this game being played, so I'm seeing all these things sort of for the first time.
I like the little legs. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
get
silly.
It's kind of spastic. It's like.
Yeah.
They do a good job of portraying the aliens, I think, in this game.
Yeah.
Here I should have two. Oh, sorry, I'm just gonna say real quick. I should have 270, but I don't quite have it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make up for it in the bonus phase that's gonna come right now. Here is it. You enter actually some kind of wormhole to Jupiter, and it's quite a huge part of the score. And this is where I usually reset all of my runs, like all of them, because I don't get enough seconds left on the time.
That sucks.
Yeah.
This was always the most demoralizing part.
Yeah, it was dreaded part of the game in my opinion. And personally, if I don't have at
RNG.
least 26 or 27 seconds at the very least, it's usually a reset. It looks pretty cool though, and the music is very rad, but it makes me rage so much.
I noticed on the screen border on the left, someone has commented about what can happen when enemies go off screen. He didn't sound too happy about it. But yeah, going off screen for a million years.
Yeah, that happens a lot, especially with the last guy, which is like you made a whole. Yeah, I got a few highlights on my channel where you can see I get 32 seconds left for the yellow guy, and then just flies off screen for
Oh god!
like.
I don't know if I could bear to see that. That's just terrible.
Oh
I mean, they look friggin' awesome, like to sort of as a spectacle, but my god, not the
Yeah,
best.
that's kind of like Christophans kind of guy.
I always thought this was like inside someone's lungs or something. I mean, it looks like some sort of scan, you know.
Yeah, it's a wormhole actually, according to Wiki.
I also like that.
Doesn't this background disappear as well? Doesn't it in stage 5? I think, but it's blue. Something like that.
This is what your lungs look like if you smoke.
So yeah, here stage 4, I barely make it with my score goal, which is 325k. And you can see the bubbles here. If you don't have it to fire, they're like the biggest hazard of this stage. They can trap you and prevent you from firing until you destroy them, which is a problem. So you
Takes a
gotta
while.
destroy them.
Yeah, it's quite annoying.
I never really saw this game being played with auto-fire because to me it's sort of, I was only ever really going for survival and a bit of score maybe, but to me it's sort
a lot
of
with manual, then perfect to score with auto fire. So here I wanted to say these turtles always fly in the rock for some reason. You want to 40k
Yeah.
with it, so
The guy running into the wall is pretty funny.
they're the same things. If you don't position yourself real nice, they just fly in the rock.
But you know, with the bubbles, with manual fire, what I always found was that if you aggressively run into them and sort of get them out of the way first, the real killer is if you try and flee from them, because then they'll just chase you down, and then
Yeah, indeed,
you know
that's true.
you'll be really screwed when these guys show up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was
Where
something I was
Like,
noticing
the
last
amount of
night.
fighting
all
here is
the
absolutely
bubbles and shit.
furious. I
So
just
is this-
love the amount of stuff that's getting blown up here. It sounds amazing as well when you're playing, you know. And
Yeah.
the music
Watch
here as
out.
well.
You will see the background is gonna close itself. Try not to
Yeah.
get sandwiched. Also, I leave
Yeah.
the neurons floating on the screen here to recharge in a moment on a bomb. I mean, after a bomb.
Yeah,
Can I
like
just ask,
first credit I got here, like it went down and went up, and I was like, okay, it's gonna open again, right? And it never did. And I was like,
Yep.
oh, well, I guess I'll stay in the front for this entire stage then.
So yeah, here bomb with the counter beam first, and then release for the bubbles in the pit for maximizing score.
Could I just
course.
ask, are you guys getting sound or?
Yeah.
What do you?
Oh, okay. Because on my end, it's I've got the sound down, so I wasn't sure what to do.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, no, we have sound.
Okay, cool.
And people watching should be getting sound as well. They said the sound balance was good earlier. So.
Okay.
So yeah, here the enemies that kind of hold balls. They also try to tend to fly into the rock, so you gotta watch out and kill them fast before they do. Otherwise, it's score loss.
That was nice. That's what I like to do. Is hit them with the beam so that because the ball's obviously
Yeah, it can be
What's the
dangerous.
problem?
Otherwise, it can fly to you like really quickly. Sometimes, kind of random. So epic warning sound.
Yeah.
He's sick.
This guy's really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, Ford Boss, Amazo. There's a lot of stuff I have to explain here because it's the most dickish part
Yeah.
of the game, I think. If you want to kill it really fast with bombs, you can do it. But if you want to milk it, you have to make 4 laps around him, and yeah, it's the hardest
man.
part, in my opinion.
Put your
Yeah.
hat back on, jeez.
I love the
couple of-
screws. It's like
Yeah.
there's this giant like shield around him. Like, he has
Kinda
to, he has
air
to like
vents, I guess.
unseal
So yeah, also
himself.
here, you just saw these missiles. You gotta watch out when you reach the butt of the boss. And here you can hear another set of missiles, but they only appear on the Saturn version for some reason, as far as I know.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
So that was one
here,
difference.
you just want to lure the boss on the bottom. Kind of missed some enemies there, but okay. Because when you do it, and yeah, right now you can see the air vent on the top and the speed enemies. So here I use a bomb to clear everything. First, big bomb, then converge beam, and wait for the
Nice.
splits.
Again,
So
I'm
then-
using the above hitbox with the beam too.
So here is the very tricky part. You have to recharge to level 3 and then place yourself 2 or 3 pixels above the boss. And just pray that these blue guys don't
Man.
point blank you at
Wow.
their diag shots. They're dicks.
Bit of R-type flavor right there.
So here I recharge as much as I can before luring him down again.
It's a real shame that you don't get points for destructible bullets in this game because that would be
Then here another bomb I used and converge the beam, not to damage him too much. Watch out for the missiles. If you're on the left of the screen, you're sandwiched. Here another recharge. Just place myself the rise belt, then quickly move left to get the turtle safely. Also watch out for the missiles, don't be on the left edge. Then I stay near the air vent and kill all the popcorns to grab the neurons, recharge really fast. And try not to damage the boss too much when aiming for this snake coming from below. Again, lure him on the bottom of the screen. And again, a last bomb, kind of risky here. I almost crashed into the boss. And here I boost the bomb a little bit because the bubbles that are off screen, you can get them as well as this on this part, so you want to boost it a little bit.
Yeah, that was something I noticed actually, is that you can hit some stuff off screen with the beam, which is kind of funky.
Yeah, at this part especially. So here, last recharge before killing it. Sometimes I miss some turtles here, it's okay. Super Play does too, I think.
That was really impressive. That's
that was crazy.
Nice fight.
Yeah, I don't no-miss it a lot usually, so that was nice. So yeah, stage 5, which is the hardest stage in my opinion. First part, yeah, it's kind of hard. The first part is straightforward, but the next is tricky. Just move up, down, and just dodge. So the spaz, the pink spaz, yummy, yummy. And here I just bomb to clear all the parasites because they're worth a lot of points. And boost it a little bit by recharging on neurons, but not too much, in order to recharge to beam level 3 in the moment.
That was pretty tricky.
Yeah, that was some good positioning there. Those parasites can be really annoying. Like, they don't... If
they latch onto your ship, you can't move, and if you kill them when they latch onto your ship, they don't give any points. So here again, another tricky section, which involves dodging them to shoot them as much as I can. Again, watch out for the walkers on top.
How did you have put the...
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore. That's really hard to do.
I guess the game's rank is up now, isn't it? Because
these blue enemies you see that come from top or below, you can't really know if they gonna come from top or below, so it's easy to miss a few if you don't have good reflexes. Like myself, I suck a lot, so I miss a lot usually.
Man, so many enemies.
Yeah.
So
you gotta kill them all.
Really hard.
The most juicy points.
About so when the parasites come out, it almost looks like some of them aren't popping out. Like it's sort of doing some of them, but not all of them. Is that correct? And is it possible?
Also here, I just want to say real fast, you can just hug the bottom of the screen to kill the 2 duckers that you saw behind the stalagmites, and if you don't do it, it can get messy.
I see. But yeah, is there any way to make more of them come out, or is it?
Yeah, first death here.
that's
like Thorbar, the dev himself, say in the Super Play that this part can be a dick. I had to save my bomb for this part right now because the parasites here are worth a lot, and you want to aim for the score. And because you don't really, in this game you don't need to no-miss it because there is no life and game bonus with lives, so you can just die a lot and it's not going to hurt your score.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's nice. I always appreciate that.
How frequently do you get extends? I notice you have 5 right now.
Yeah, it's I don't remember how many is at the first, but then it's all on 150, I think. I don't remember actually.
You know, something I've never been clear on that was actually, I think it's still an open question in the Metal Black ST or discussion thread at Shmups, but with rank, does it affect sort of if you know?
Yeah, I don't notice it myself too much. I just no-miss to the 4th boss and didn't really notice bullets going faster, maybe a little bit, but it's nothing you should care about. So yeah, here actually a 5th boss. We said earlier his name is Ghost.
Yeah.
There's not much to say about it, just 3 minutes to milk about 2k worth of neurons. It's not much, but it's worth it in my opinion. And here I get very unlucky with this one because it's shooting his 5-way attack all the time instead of shooting missiles that it can milk. So also he just body slams it to the neurons all the time, which prevents me from picking them up, which is not cool.
The fight's mostly pretty simple though.
Yeah, but you will see why it can be a dick in a moment.
Yeah, if you're not going for score, it's a pretty easy fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you time out these bosses because I had to take a piss timeout.
Okay then.
Thanks for clearing that up. So,
I remember
again,
this guy. I remember thinking this guy when I was first learning the game. When I killed him, I thought, well, this looks pretty doable, you know. But yeah, I mean, for such a late boss in the game, he's certainly nowhere near as hard if you're trying to milk him
yeah,
out.
it's an easy boss, but I just died right now because I was surprised by the 5-way at close range. I was really not expecting that, and was like, and
Oh,
I guess
God, yeah, that's
moved up and didn't. Silly that, but
Most,
whatever.
most dangerous feature is that he's floating about and he can get very very up in your face.
I get angry
Yeah.
and kill it a bit too soon because I thought that was bullshit.
Just like,
I love
fuck
the
you.
effect here, but there's these rocks. That's just amazing.
Yeah,
you
these
know?
rocks
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Cool rocks.
That's just
So yeah,
lovely.
last
Danger.
stage you finally reach Nemesis. Also nice music and atmosphere. You can like kind of tell the end is approaching somehow. It's not as hard as the 5th stage survival wise, but it's harder to make a nice score in my opinion because you can miss a few enemies easily. Bad positioning here can result in very silly deaths by Walker or the blue guy that just flew below me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty nasty stage, but it's not sort of not the jump you might expect, you know, for a last stage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
After what you went through, I mean, damn. Those
So yeah,
stages
again,
were
these blue
crazy.
guys, you can tell if they're gonna come from top or below, so it's easy to miss a few. They were 300, I think, so yeah, worth it not to miss any. Like the bubbles here. They usually turn into smaller enemies worth only 100, so you don't want that to happen. And here I'll leave some neurons on the screen and bomb away. It's not really necessary at this point, but I think this section is a bit tricky, so I bomb here. Then recharge real fast on neurons because I'm gonna need another bomb later. And I want to make sure I get max level for the full bomb.
One thing I'm noticing is that like people watching don't even see how annoying those little like star enemies are, the ones that shoot out like 6 lasers. Because you're killing them all so quickly they never have time to fire. But
Yeah, the biggest threat is actually when they ram into your ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they materialize on top of you, you've had it. So
Yeah.
very nasty.
So here a bomb, and then I'm gonna suicide and by crashing into the ground. It's done so
to save your beam level.
that I can get max beam and also neurons floating on the screen for the final boss, and you'll see why in a moment.
I see. Very interesting.
Well, it canceled the beam
Another death
depletion,
here.
so,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, that could have been avoided easily, but yeah, not a
I
big
love this,
What
this
happened?
bit.
problem
Yeah.
scoring wise, so it's okay. Pay attention to the neurons floating on the screen. I'm gonna make sure I don't ram into any of them as much as I can for the first portion of the final boss, which is the biggest scoring section of the game. You can make more than 100k on it, so it's important to do it properly, and I'm gonna explain how it's done. So first, I fire it at close range as much as I can, while avoiding the neurons. It
I
can
didn't
be a
know
little
you
bit
could
tricky
get on top of
sometimes.
it.
Yeah, then deal some damage as well while it's down there a little bit. Then go up, wait for the heart to appear again. Wait a little bit, shoot before the tail appears. And here I try to skip the boss forms as fast as I can to reach a certain background where we'll shoot more stuff to milk. And you get to time the destruction the 3rd time so that it skips one of his attack, like right now, the laser tail, so that I gain time to maximize score on the orbs it's gonna shoot. So yeah, right now, bomb, just stay above him and bomb away and just milk these super nice orbs. It's yummy.
can I just
Man,
point out
these
these
backgrounds are
these
so
backgrounds?
sick.
It's like a violent caveman, and then like a guy with a bazooka, and then a
Yeah,
bunch
it's
of dolls.
man.
Whatever.
And then I think the
Doesn't
next
make
is the
any sense.
cat. The cat is
think so,
hilarious,
yeah.
though. It's
It's
Yeah.
Hitler cat.
Probably the least expected cat in shooter history.
yeah, it's. I don't
So
know
yeah, the
why
stuff I'm
it's
doing
so
here is
funny.
pretty much impossible without auto fire.
Yeah, I noticed. I noticed these things take forever to kill with your main gun.
Yeah.
Or man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so,
a lot of points for each one too.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you don't have auto fire, I mean, like you just run around and hope they don't get you.
Pretty much.
You have to sort of you lead them circuitously so that you know, it's pretty much shooter basics. I mean, if something's chasing
so the
you,
tail
sort of,
here,
Gotcha.
I just insta-kill it really fast with auto fire, and if you don't deal all the damage, you can just scrape it a little bit with your beam from above or behind and deal the remaining damage. It does work with manual fire as well.
yeah. I should say as well that this game for survival, auto fire is totally unnecessary. I mean, manuals
Yeah,
no problem.
indeed, manual is
Yeah,
way more
manual's
than enough.
fine.
And every time there's a loop, like by a loop I mean orb session in tail, I need to make at least about 10 orbs each time. Otherwise, it's kind of bad scoring. And it's random. You can either shoot nothing at all, like 0 or 20. And it's just, purely random. Just gotta pray that the RNG gods are on your side.
Got a question from the chat. Jamers asks, how fast can you speed kill him without milking?
Pretty fast.
I think pretty fast, especially with fire. And it should be interesting. You should look that up and try that later.
I mean, I last night killed it in like 35 seconds or a minute or something, like pretty fast.
Yeah, it can go fast. Real
Um,
fast.
and that was without auto fire and without really knowing how to fight it at all.
Also, I want to point out, when you reach this form, you can want to not damage it too much. In order to have a last transformation, you can use a last tail skip.
Wow.
And here I die. because I was
Cat.
trying to keep... Yeah, cat, here it comes. Here I died because I was trying to keep the rhythm on the orbs, because it can only shoot... I mean, it can only be 4 of them on the screen at the same time. So when it's generous, you want to pop orbs as much as you can. And his stop to spawn them has died anyway, so I'm kind of glad I took the risk.
It's
So, yeah,
interesting
again-
that Border Down added a timer for its bosses, considering, you know, how critical it is in this game to time things.
Yes, I use a timer on my G15 keyboards for
Yeah.
the BIL, Ghost, and this boss. It's kind of useful, I guess. Also, when you reach this background of form, you want to try to make as less damage as possible, because you're going to use a last bomb to make more orbs before it times out.
I like that you can fly through the boss. I think thematically it's cool because it's like you can't comprehend like the alien stuff, you know. So maybe it's like you can fly through it, but the core is what's the important thing. I like to think of stuff like that.
I
Yeah,
like
it's-
I like that the core does kill you, so it's sort of if someone gets a bit too comfy, it's bam.
So here I want to mention real fast, I just leave this tail because it's going to time out soon, and I want to recharge to max level for the last bomb. So when it's about to time out, just don't kill the tail and recharge. Kill it though when you recharge to get the extra 1k. And here's the last bomb. And hopefully I reach my hair 700.
Oh,
700.
wow.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I
Some
was
of
so hyped at the moment. Like I had 600 barely entering the boss. It was like, there's no way I'm gonna make 100k, because it never happens. It's generally super greedy with me, and so yeah, I was very happy at the moment.
This is another 2001 moment here, I think.
Mm.
Star Child or whatever, what have you.
So does the Earth actually explode? Also, was its phantasm the last attacking or its last moments? And was this for real or was I dreaming? Nobody knows yet. Yeah, like,
okay.
does the Earth actually explode or like what happens here?
I don't know. Maybe just an hallucination, just like, you know, in Border Down, Middle Back.
I like the last shot how the water is back. So that's
I
one
don't know.
positive.
Actually, Trap said to me a few days ago that it's actually the good ending is the bad and the bad is the good. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but that would make sense somehow if the Earth really splits into two.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because so the idea is your dude is sort of like a rogue agent, like he's breaking the treaty called peace, and so when you actually beat it, like you've basically started another war. But if you die, then it like peace is restored.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
kind
see
of-
in a moment. Also on the other replay, how's the bad ending which is actually the good ending.
The aliens basically had the Earth hostage, so the fact that you attacked them, they probably put it into a ransom self-destruct or something.
Right.
I would imagine.
I remember once someone mentioning on Shmups that something about the soundtrack from Metal Black, mentioning that in the bad ending it's like the ships all run into a massive wave or something, and it's basically a trap. I don't know. I'll have to look it up, but
oh, interesting.
yeah, I'll try and find the link. I think Twiddle mentioned it. Sadly, he doesn't come around much, but yeah.
And Icarus commenting on the last night when I was playing, I noticed that the danger text is just totally mirrored. It's like backwards and upside down on one of these like caution signs here. And so Icarus is...
This is so cool how to fly.
Oh,
Yeah, then the fly turns into the ship. It's great.
cool.
So yeah, by the way, this score could be improved, of course, with better bonuses and more optimization, but by not much. So I'm already really happy with that result.
The run looked pretty optimized.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Good job.
I'll probably never beat a world record, which is at 742k, but I can surely improve
That's
it a little
damn
bit.
close, man.
Yeah, that's pretty damn close.
Yeah, I was going to
thanks.
say.
Impressive. We had a question. I think we may have mentioned it before, but someone was asking if the game had rank for surviving long enough.
We said that earlier. Usually if you reach the fourth boss by no missing, like the bullet's gonna speed up a little bit, but I personally don't notice it myself.
Okay, so
You shouldn't care about it really.
cool.
Oh, so in a PM, I got a message saying so for the stage 2 boss, how he like pops out of the like hollow moon. Apparently there were like conspiracy theories around that era of the moon being hollow, so that might have been the influence for that boss intro.
The moon was really hollow.
Yeah. Did we really land on the moon? Oh shit.
So I was
The
gonna
next steps.
play the bad ending. Do you guys want to cue that up or talk about it, or should I just roll it?
You should just roll with it, and there's nothing really to explain, just cool graphic coolness.
Okay.
Yeah. You rolling it right now?
So
Yeah, I'm rolling it right now.
Okay.
Forgetting the
This is
bad ending, do you is it just die at all on the last stage, or rather game over on the last stage at any point?
It's game over.
Oh, just in general?
I think if you game over and then you don't continue, that's it, isn't it?
Nice.
Yeah,
That's really
A whole
cool.
game over sequence. That's like Omega Fighter when they bomb the Earth at the game over. It's infinitely.
Yeah, just forever. Just the Earth keeps getting destroyed. It just keeps.
there's nothing really to explain, just cool graphic coolness.
Okay.
Yeah. You rolling it right now?
So
Yeah, I'm rolling it right
so
now.
Okay.
forgetting the
This is
bad ending, do you is it just die at all on the last stage, or rather game over on the last stage at any point?
It's game over.
Oh, just in general?
I think if you game over and then you don't continue, that's it, isn't it?
Nice.
Yeah,
That's really
a whole
cool.
game over sequence. That's like Omega Fighter when they bomb the Earth at the game over. It's infinitely.
Yeah, just forever. Just the Earth keeps getting destroyed. It just keeps happening.
So what's happening here?
It looks like a fleet of black fly ships taking
about
off.
20,000
Okay.
black fly go to Nemesis and just wreck heaven. It's so awesome.
Yeah,
So
it's
cool.
really cool.
Music is also real nice, like the whole game. Personally love it. It wasn't like a huge, it didn't click instantly, but I think at some point when I played Strania, it was pretty much like the G-Rev and Taito stuff was clicking, and I just started to love, this game
Okay,
and Border Down and all that stuff.
Okay, you're not explaining it, I see.
The death of
Yeah.
one soldier caused a coup of the military. 20,000 mass-produced black fly flew into the sky area of Nemesis.
One epic battle.
Richard. And then what? Nothing? That's it? That's all they give you?
Yeah, well, I'm assuming because like the military just like sent out all that shit that they just went and beat the shit out of the aliens, and now the Earth is back.
Lol.
Who knows? You never know, though.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh, I want to mention some trivia. Actually, I forgot to mention. There's a special version of Metal Black, a unique one, which is called Metal Black Tarabar Edition 19th Moon or something. And it's saved by the dev of Metal Black, Tarabar himself. And it has speed-up capsules, which is funny. No third or fourth stage. And an extra stage where you can fight the enemies from the bonus phase and the colored fish from the name entry screen, which is funny. It also has a unique music, which is called Happy New Year by Yak. So, yeah, I really want to know what it's like.
Yeah, you know,
Curious.
I saw that when I was putting in the Twitch game title. It was I saw another title, Metal Black Alternate. So that must have been it.
Oh, maybe.
They must just call it Alternate.
Yeah, someone should poke him about getting it.
And it's also
Oh,
surprising.
there's-
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Poku.
Terabar.
Oh.
'Cause I think he's the only person who even has it.
Yeah.
System 11, to address your question, I am currently hosting the stream. So yes, it is the same state in which I live. Which would be California. So, and then these are the name entry Easter eggs that I have queued up here. Do you
Yeah.
want to talk about that a little bit? What do we have here?
Not really, just some funny stuff. You just know, like, the names that are already pre-entered before you enter any score. If you enter them, there's funny stuff happening. Like, there's not much to say about it, but I found out that the other day, and that was, like, interesting to add up. Because I was like, holy shit, what the hell is that? It's like very
What?
surprised.
That's really cool. That makes me want to try that out in like all sorts of games that have like.
So yeah, I guess
have
we're gonna queue
pixels.
that together. I don't know.
That's really
Hey
cool.
guys, I just posted the link to that post by Twiddle. I don't know, it's kind of hearsay, but where he talks about the ending. Don't know
Alright.
if you want to see it sometime, but
Maybe you should paste that in Twitch chat as well. I don't know.
Good.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Why don't we roll this name entry Easter thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Okay. Are you rolling the name entry thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Special things happen. It's like, oh, you think you're one of us? Well,
What
think
the
again.
heck?
Yeah, like, oh, snake, oh, it's a snake.
That's so cool that they changed like the enemies and the music and stuff. That's really interesting.
Makes me want to try that in other games.
Yeah, you never know. Might be some funny Easter eggs as well in other Taito games, maybe.
God, what the hell?
So yeah, the one that says M.B, just you can't really read it, but it says Metal Black in katakana. That's all. There's also one that doesn't show when you put Yak, like Yasuhisa Watanabe, and a bunch of notes appear. It's funny as well.
Is this the Saturn version?
Yes, it's the Saturn version. It works on arcade as well, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, I saw Ving's name. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a Saturn version.
What happens with the WAP? It's some giant thing, but I can't make it out.
You mean the first one?
No, the WEP, when you enter those initials, it makes like a giant. It looks like a B, but it's like huge.
Yeah, it's like I'm not sure. It's like an an icon, and I'm not sure what is it. It's either a pot or Bowser's face. I don't know. You should look it up yourself because I don't know what it is.
Huh, okay. Interesting. Alright, well. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, interesting trivia.
Yeah, definitely.
And when we covered Bond's Adventure the other night, I put sex in the ranking entry. No, not on the stream. When I was playing it myself, and then replaced it with XXX. So Taito likes to do fun stuff.
Yeah, the censoring of names is kind of fun. Like in a lot of cave games, if you try to put like ASS, it just writes like CAV instead.
Yeah, or sex, like it's classic.
Yeah, yeah.
Even RNO does it. Anyway, sweet episode though. Really awesome to check this game out.
Yeah, that
great
was
replay.
Yeah,
Also,
thanks a lot for having me. It's a real treat for me because I'm really nobody, so that's awesome. Thanks a lot.
That was a really impressive run and very knowledgeable about the game. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
and thank you, Bill, as well for coming on,
Oh yeah, sure.
joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
It is
Thanks
a pleasure.
everyone for watching.
We got some more intense stare action here. I'm replaying the intro.
Yeah, don't try that at home. It can be dangerous.
Speaking of Taito games, we actually got some more Taito stuff coming up on the channel. We're going to be trying to cover Ninja Kids and Pulirula on the upcoming Awesome Game replays. That's going to be a doubleheader. And so that should be a lot of fun because those are some more quirky Taito games. Guess we're going on a Taito kick lately on HDR.
Yeah, there are no breaks in the Taito train. Let's go.
It's just that time, I guess. But yeah, really awesome. That's going to do it. If there's any final words, have them. If not, this has been Metal Black.
Yeah, are there any
Taito.
outstanding
Nah,
questions
anything to
from chat, or I think people
yeah.
kind of got it. Let's give them a couple minutes to.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, this was really cool. Definitely. It's a really interesting game, and it's kind of not very well appreciated. I feel like a lot like
It's
Gun
not very well
Frontier.
appreciated indeed. It's kind of like the black sheep of the auto-scroller shmups, if I dare to say.
And there's something to be said too about playing versus watching a shmup as well, because this, like I say, the backgrounds and stuff were very cool in this game, and sometimes you can get a little bit wrapped up in the gameplay and not appreciate the backgrounds and understand it's, they're definitely going for something here.
Yeah.
You can never tell what it is, that makes the game click for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Icarus is saying Border Down when, Tane, and actually I already started Border Down like 2 days ago, and I'm not sure if I want to go for arcade and try to beat Del score, which is very honorable. I'm gonna have a hard time, or go for remix mode, which has better music in my opinion, which makes 50/100 of the game's experience in my opinion. That's very personal opinion, but that's mine. Like, video games are basically a visual experience for me first and foremost, and Border Down excels at that in my opinion. So yeah, Border Down, I'm attacking it right now. It's gonna be like 10 times harder than Metal Black, but I won't give up.
Man.
Try to do my best.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Border
that'd be
Down's-
cool to
man.
see. Border Down is a cool game, but yeah. Good luck.
One of the greatest shmup soundtracks too, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I've listened to it countless times.
me too. Actually, I'm on a yak roll since months. Actually, I listen to only that.
Very good chill music. All right, well, we ain't got no questions, so
Yeah, I think we're good. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. And
Likewise, thank you
Tane-
very much.
Tane, Bill, thank
Yeah.
you guys for coming on. I'm glad I could make it this time too. So, yeah,
Thank you.
was it good? Until next time, everyone.
later.
Yep,
Bye.
later. See ya.
Yeah.